Through bad bags of lettuce, smoke, and everything in between, we sit here and we wait for the ultimate decision of one LeBron James. This is the Voice of Land and the Inside Edge Network, of course, partnered with LPV Productions and partnered with the great people at Greeny Sports Cards. GreenySportsCards.com. That's GreenySportsCards.com. I'm Kevin Arnold. He is Ryan Mosser. And Ride the great people over Greenies. I mean, they have so many shows all throughout the year, and now they're doing shows of their own now to kind of help people walk through. And I just think it's so amazing what Steve and Jeremy have done for this community that never really went away, but just kind of almost want to say went into hiding, and now is even more prevalent and more in front of more faces than it's ever been in card collecting. Sorry, I was just eating some candy before. Unprofessional side of things. So GreenySportsCards.com, GreenySportsCards.com. Get the latest on all the shows that they'll be at and partaking in.
Yeah, their next show is the next show is the Medina County Collectors Fair, August 28th and 29th. So be sure to check that out on their website, GreenySportsCards.com. Sorry.
Yep, and you can go directly to their shows and descriptions of them, GreenyShows.com. But really, all you really need is GreenySportsCards.com. Right, I hope everybody's staying safe out there, because this is nuts. Like, I know we've gotten this before. This is some of the worst. And like, I mean, I feel for the people in Canada that are dealing with these wildfires, because it just seems like every summer this is happening, and they're dealing with it way worse, but it's impacting us way worse than somebody that's asthmatic. Like, this is like the worst conditions you can go out in. I don't know how it is out there, but I mean, I know through downtown and even here in Lake County, like it's been rough.
Yeah, I got a migraine from it. It's not fun. So, not fun at all. I'm ready to. I don't know, man. 2026 kind of sucks. You got food that makes you crap your pants for 2 months. You got this El Nino coming that's gonna take away all of our food allegedly. You got, I don't know. I don't want to get into politics, but you got a bunch of idiots in politics everywhere. So I'm just, man, it's not fun. Not fun times right now.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, like everywhere. Like it doesn't. That's not a shot like one side or the other.
Two sides of the same coin, buddy. Yep.
Yeah, it's just it's everywhere, and yeah, I mean, 2026, man. I'm a big salad person. I don't feel comfortable making a salad right now.
Right.
I'm trying to teach my kid to eat healthy, but like the healthiest stuff is awesome. I don't even want to get into.
Gonna keep the weight off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm trying to. Like, that's what I'm working on it. So
have some lettuce, and you'll be good for 2 months.
Sure. That's one weight loss plan.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know if I want to go through, but that is one of them. I do want to also thank. I know that we'll have like a commercial for them later on, but continue to thank and make sure people are aware of Keon Sports, KeonSports.com. Vince McKee and his entire team, covering high school athletics, and it's a site where high school is not just high school football. High school football is the beacon. High school football is the platform, the launching point, but they're covering sports all over the place. And you see other people that I know, like Vince knows very well, and so you wouldn't mind me talking about all the different people. Like, there's places that cover all the high school sports, and Keon Sports is one of the biggest. They'll do. I know that they'll cover like Bachelorette and Love Island. I think some of those types of shows. They'll do the MMA. I'm sure they have some great stories up on there, and like reviews up from the Conor McGregor fight that wasn't actually a fight.
Yeah,
glad I didn't even try to jump onto that because it wasn't anything. Paddy Pimblett seems like he's the better Irishman right now. Paddy the Batty, as they call him. And so they'll cover all that stuff and more information on them to come. But anything I can do to not talk about what the main topic of our sports talk is what I'm going to try to do right now. Like, I'll stall as much as I need to. I don't know if people remember this, but there was a SpongeBob movie where like they have to go fetch the crown of King Neptune and everything, like the original like SpongeBob movie. My kid is obsessed with it right now. Lincoln is absolutely obsessed with that movie right now. So all I hear all the time is uh, the daughter of Neptune is like waiting for Patrick and SpongeBob to get back, and she just starts stalling her father. So like I'm doing that right now. I'm stalling as much as possible because I gotta tell you, man, I am so over it. Like I don't even care where he goes anymore. I don't.
That's false. Yes, you do. We all do. We're just it's prolonged, just getting old. But at the end of the day, if he picks Cleveland, we're gonna celebrate like no other. So I mean, yeah, it's getting old, like you said. It's getting exhausting, but it's LeBron. What else do we expect? He is going to milk this for all it's worth, man. So
Yeah, like it just makes it think like, how is he actually going to do it at this point? You know, like he's passed by 2 opportunities
yeah,
on a public platform at Fanatics Fest to do it that way. He's got 1 more tomorrow at noon, so I'm sure everybody will be everybody will be tracking social media at noon tomorrow when he's got his like original. I guess his original tapping into the podcast world or like show world where it's called The Shop, where these guys sit around like they basically are at a barber shop and just kind of chop it up. But I don't know. Do you announce it when you have Novak Djokovic on the show?
right.
A tennis player, one of the best tennis players that we've ever seen. Like, I don't know. Is that the conversation that you have? I mean, his boy Maverick Carter is going to be on there, but you remember Ridiculousness?
Mm-hmm.
Steel O'Brim, the one that was running the videos on Ridiculousness, this dude's on
That's
the
random.
shop.
That's so
like
random.
it's a weird collection. Like I would have thought today would have been the day if you're going to talk basketball, but he wouldn't even let Tyrese Halliburton even ask him about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We've got people pulling up on Steve Kerr on the road and yelling at him to get LeBron for the Warriors. We got Pat Riley thinking he's making a great joke, but it's really just kind of stupid. I don't know. If it's us, like, yeah, I'm sure it'll be celebrated, but I have a feeling one of my reactions is going to be like, okay, if it's been this way and you've probably known about this for a while, like, why? we didn't need this whole charade or anything like that.
Well, I mean, if the rumors are true that he's making a documentary, obviously, I mean, this is a major part of what that could be or is going to be. You know, if Jordan had his last dance, this is LeBron's last season or second to last season, probably his last trip wherever he goes in the NFL or NBA until he retires. It's theatrics, man. It's LeBron. He's LA branded now and he wants to put on a show. So, I mean, I would not expect anything else. Honestly, I have no idea where he's going to go, man. Logically, for me, I mean, of course I'm biased, but Cleveland, I've been saying it for weeks, is the destination that, would be best for his legacy. But I don't know. Does he want to go play with some of his buddies? Does he want to be close to home? What are his priorities right now? I mean, for the longest time, I think most of us have held hope that he's probably going to end up back in Cleveland. I don't know right now. I don't know. I'm just letting it ride. But I mean, I'm still pretty confident. I mean, just because of logic. But is LeBron logical right now? I don't know.
No, LeBron. I mean, LeBron and logic. I don't know if those necessarily. If it's basketball logic, those two go together very well.
Right.
LeBron, basketball logic. You can put that in a sentence together. No matter how you want to phrase it, put different words together with it. But just LeBron and just general logic. I mean, there's logic and there's LeBron's logic. One's harder to follow than, well, they actually might be both hard to follow at this point, based on what people think is logic in this crazy ass world. But look, he was on stage today, Mind the Game at Fanatics Fest with Tyrese Halliburton. Wouldn't ask about it. See, where I got frustrated because, I mean, I had to follow it because for work, like I did it work, like I'm over it. And people say, well, you're talking about it. You're not actually over it. You're talking about it. Well, that's my it's kind of my job to do that, and I'm going to do my job well. Like, I want to keep a job. That's kind of a novel concept, I know, but like, I want to keep my job, so I'm going to do things the right way. But there was this clip that people were like reposting just the quote and the video, but like their caption, of course, it's to grab people, get you to click in. But I'm someone, Ryan, that is big on context,
Right.
like to give context. And it was, people were aggregating him saying, it could be Miami, could be the Warriors. And then he even said like, oh, like this guy here said the New York Yankees. Well, he posed it to the crowd, like basically like was interacting with them and kind of like paused for a moment to let some, some sound come in. Yeah. Like, he's just saying like, oh, I'm hearing this place, I'm hearing that place. Now, is everybody going to read into it that he didn't hear Cleveland? Like, nobody said Cleveland in that crowd. I'm sure there's people that said Cleveland. I'm sure he clearly did not want to dwell on it. Then he was with CNBC a little bit later and kind of expanded on it and said, like, I'm not going to hold you guys too much longer. Like a 41-year-old LeBron James is holding up an entire professional sports league from a lot of these teams probably doing more business, more free agents being able to sign and get acclimated to a new team and things like that, because a 41-year-old is deciding where he's going to play. Like, if that,
but I get it though. I mean, this is, like I said, this is
that LeBron has. Like, I don't know what does.
This is probably the last time in his career where he could hold the NBA. I keep saying NFL. He can play any sport. The NBA hostage with his decision. This is his final chance to be the center of basketball, or specifically universe of basketball, before retirement. Becomes the next storyline. And like you said, but at some point, the waiting stops being excitement and starts feeling like a chore. Fans have been refreshing their feeds literally for 2 straight weeks. Every insider had, thrown out different, favorites every single day. We got eye emojis from different Cleveland guys a week ago, and nothing has happened. We have no idea. And like I said, the part that's been driving me crazy is the answer has been obvious. It's been obvious. Come home, dude. Cleveland's the only place where the ending actually fits his story. It's the only place where the final chapter means something. And it's the only place where the arc closes the way that I think it should. He's from here. He became a superstar here. He delivered a championship here. He changed the entire identity of the franchise and this city. And now, with one last run left in him, he has a chance to finish where it all started. You don't get that opportunity twice. You don't get that kind of symmetry anywhere else. And you look at the basketball fit. Cleveland, has shooting. They have playmakers. They have size. They have a roster that has already made the Eastern Conference Finals. Cleveland has a community that would treat this like the final chapter of a book they've been reading for 23 years. Man, it's storybook ending. If he chooses anything else, it's an absolute mistake, and I'm fearful that he's going to.
I am I'm starting to feel that I don't necessarily. I'm like, the fear has kind of left my body. Like, I'm just like numb to this whole thing. But the feeling of like him going elsewhere has definitely happened. Now, I saw John Sable, who is an anchor, I think a news and sports guy at Fox 8. And does all the stuff with Friday Night Touchdown and everything now on Fox 8 as well. He tweeted out like, what if this isn't his last year, and like, we do this again next summer, like, in his 25th year he actually comes home to Cleveland, and then like he still plays his final year here. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to keep doing this. Like, if he goes anywhere but here, I mean, the expectation, no matter what, is to win a championship. He at least wants to be competitive for one and probably try to make it to one more finals before his career's done. But let's say you go to Philly, you don't even make it to the finals, or like you don't win the championship. Now that's more miles of a regular season, however much load management you do or not, plus a postseason run where you have to try to win 16 games to win an NBA championship. Plus more miles on Embiid and his knees, and who knows how healthy he'll be. Like, You don't win it this year, then you're going to stick around another year to try to like do that in your 25th when there's, father time really is like catching up to you, because the height of your jumps is definitely decreased. Like the power's kind of still there, but he only has like those bursts every now and again, like those quick bursts and power bursts to the basket. Like he only has that. I don't want people are going to come back to me and say, well, you average like 25 points and so like 6 and 7. Like, yeah, I understand. But the way he gets to those numbers is much different than it was when he was clearly dominating the league.
Yeah.
So you don't get to that point with another team that you're clearly going to just to win. You don't win next year and you put more miles on your body, and then you have to like see it through and try to finish there. And then you can't, you're struggling to finish games and stuff like that because Father Time has finally hit you in your 25th year. Like, I don't know. Like, you're right that the story should be here, and there's still an ability to contend. I think that's what I want to say. It was Shump, either on his show or while he was on ESPN, saying like, like the best way to end the story, to end it, is to go to Cleveland. But don't think you're going to Cleveland to win anything. Like, this isn't a crap team.
Right.
We're not rebuilding or anything like that. He's not coming to, try to usher in some new rookie class and like young group of Cavaliers to at least just guide them into the next generation of Cavs basketball. No, like Donovan Mitchell is signed for the next 4 or 5 years. James Harden is literally waiting to re-sign to see what money he needs to take after LeBron gets his. All these types of things. Like, we're not a crap team, Shump. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, if he's, why would you not announce it today? He had the perfect stage, he had the perfect moment. He had the perfect crowd, he had every major athlete in the building that, he likes to be the center of attention. That's his universe. The entire NBA world was watching, and he walked away without getting, anybody the answer. It's so confusing. I just feel like if, he wanted to do the big reveal, it should have been today. And now everyone's wondering, man, it's not fun.
I mean,
a lot of fans are mad.
So the 2 days that make the most sense are tomorrow, while MLB does get back into full swing, and we'll talk guards here in just a couple minutes. While the MLB gets back into full swing tomorrow, there's a game tonight, and then everybody kind of returns to play tomorrow. Let's be honest. Like, if you're LeBron, can you dominate a day that MLB is still playing? And like, will people like bat an eye about it? No. So there's really not much going on tomorrow. And then Monday, the World Cup is now done. So like, before the NFL really starts to get their training camps back going and stuff like that, where the NFL truly becomes king yet again, if you want to have every eye on you, every ear to what you're saying and why you're going where you're going, those are like the last 2 days that really make a lot of sense at this point. But I mean, it could drag on longer. Who knows?
Nobody knows. This is frustrating. He's got us on the edge of his seat and just pulling it out from under us.
We could have just replayed our first segment from last week.
Yeah, we can just do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Rinse, recycle, repeat.
The longer this goes, man, just watch our own selves, and the conversation will still matter than we had 2 weeks ago, which is, in the sports world, that's a rare thing. That is a rare thing, because everything is always changing. Well, on the other side, we will get to MLB. How much did we watch the All-Star festivities, and what is the outlook for the Guardians coming up in the quote-unquote second half of the MLB season? But we are past the actual halfway point. We'll get to those answers and so much more on the other side. You're watching The Voice of the Land on the Inside Edge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise. which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Oh, welcome back.
I clicked the wrong one. That was my bad.
You want to keep rolling with them?
Yeah, let's do it.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
And welcome back inside the Voice of Land on the Inside Edge Network. Appreciate all the partners with the Inside Edge Network. More of them to come later on. We have passed by the All-Star break for Major League Baseball. One game tonight, and the Guardians get back underway tomorrow with a home series against the Pirates, and I believe the Twins come into town as well. Ryan, did you watch much, if at all, of any of the All-Star festivities?
I had it on, but I wasn't watching attentively. I just was looking at it here and there. So, yeah.
Anything about their decision to go to Netflix for the Home Run Derby?
I honestly couldn't find it, and then forgot it was on Netflix and didn't watch it. So that was the main thing. I looked for it, and I was like, man, my wife was like, let's watch Breaking Bad, so we watched Breaking Bad instead. So. Yeah,
I heard some of the numbers. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know that they were some of the lowest that the Home Run Derby's ever seen. Now, of course,
that's crazy.
Outside of radio, ESPN no longer has baseball games. They're not showing baseball games on ESPN. There's no Sunday Night Baseball. That switched over to NBC. So, they're trying to dip into – everybody's trying to follow the NFL, but I don't know that everybody is capable of being able to follow the NFL just yet, because I think, baseball definitely needs to – they still need to do work on bringing back in the general fan and stuff like that. Finding ways to market players and, making sure that people know who Mike Trout is if he's walking down the street. Those types of things. Major League Baseball still has a lot of work to do. So having that stuff more on cable television, so the people that have it are probably the people that have been into baseball their whole lives and are still into baseball and are willing to watch these things, so those numbers stay about where they're supposed to be. I thought the format was cool. There was one piece that I didn't like, and I know you didn't see it, but so in the past they've always gone to this different ball in the the bonus time, or if you earn yourself a couple extra outs or whatever, or something like that, 3 extra outs or something like that, when it was that kind of format. And it was always the color scheme of whatever the sign looks like for the All-Star city that they're in and all that type of stuff. Well, this year, I think it was the T-Mobile Home Run Derby. So they had magenta for that T-Mobile look. And this isn't I don't have an issue. T-Mobile, great. I know we all have different providers, all that type of stuff. This isn't a shot at them. What it used to be was whoever was sponsoring it and that color scheme went along with it, there was also money going to charity when a home run was hit or something like that. There was more to it, but there wasn't this year. So now it was very hard to hit, because now you're changing the eyesight of a regular white baseball with the red stitching to this glossy magenta like baseball. So and Jordan Walker of St. Louis, like people learned who he was, which was good, but like, he was the only one able to hit that ball. And that took to like the final round of the home run derby, and he came back with 4 home runs to beat Kyle Schwarber. I enjoyed that very, very much. But like there was nothing else to it. Like if a magenta ball was hit as a home run, like it was just like for the sponsorship and stuff like that. Like again, MLB, get all the money that you can. Netflix, T-Mobile, like whatever brands, like partnerships matter. We have them here at Inside Edge Network. Like that matters. But like either use the magenta ball the whole time or use the white traditional baseball the whole time. And maybe like if you can, put like a T-Mobile like symbol on it or something like that, along with the Major League Baseball symbol, and then let these guys warm up with that baseball the whole time. So now they're seeing whatever's different about the baseball, like they're at least warming up with it. I don't think these guys really warmed up with the magenta baseball. So then you're having to hit this that changes your eyesight, just like a basketball shooter in a different gym with different depth perception, and hitting a home run like gives you 1 to your total. But that's about it. Like that's the only part that really just didn't hit for me. But I mean, I enjoyed the new format, and it kind of allowed guys to have easier swings. And what people always say, they want to see like longer home runs, not like this whole like, well, you got to hit and the guy can't watch it go out, and you get even more tired because you got to go quick, but you have a timeout. All those types of things with those time clocks. I mean, you had guys hitting them like 490, close to 500 feet. Like those are the types of home runs I want to see in a home run derby.
Right.
I think they might be onto something. They just need to enable more eyes to be on it. That's for sure. Because like, how many people actually know who Jordan Walker is after that home run derby? Unless you watch like Sports Center or some sports show after. Sure, a lot of people don't even know who I'm saying. Like they don't even know the name Jordan Walker, let alone where he plays for, let alone that he won the home run derby.
Yeah, I don't know. I know in recent previous years they added autograph balls to the balls that were hit so that fans could get those in the stands. Were those involved this year? Do you know?
Nobody ever said anything about those baseballs being autographed.
Yeah, that's tacky. Then I don't know.
And like there were out of all the home runs hit, there were only 5 that went out, and 4 of those were in the final round from Jordan Walker. Leading up to that point, because you had 8 participants. So you had 8 rounds in the first round, and then and everybody got 20 swings. So like you could basically in that first round you got 20 swings, so you could like watch a pitch go by. You could take a few pitches. You could take your time. You like because it didn't matter if it went as a home run or hit the ground in front of you. It counted as a swing if you swung the bat. So now it went down. The only time you got extra swings was if on your last one, you hit a home. Let's say you have 1 left. You hit a home run. You can't end the round. You can only end the round on something that doesn't go out of the ballpark, basically.
Okay.
So like that one stays there if you keep hitting home runs. Now nobody went on that kind of epic little run, but that was just 1 year doing this. But you have 20 for each of the 8 guys in the first round. Then you have the semifinals because you got the top 4, and you got one guy going against another. And you got another guy going against another, and you get 15 swings each. So that's 45 swings right there, plus whatever extra guys got. And then the same thing for the final round with 2 guys. So, that's like 75 plus swings in 2 of those rounds, plus the 20 times the 8. Turn to 160.
I'm not doing math. A lot. Too many for me.
Yeah. A lot of like over, probably close to 250 swings. Only 5 of the home runs hit of those 250 swings.
Yeah.
Were magenta ball, and again, leading into the final round, there was only 1. So
pretty ineffective then, yeah.
Yeah, it was just that part just didn't hit. The other part, like I love Will Ferrell. I think he's like the funniest dude, one of the funniest guys. But promoting his new show on Netflix and having him in character with a couple of the other cast members, at the desk during the introductions and they're talking over Michael Buffer and like it just, yeah, the introductions were awful.
That might have been fine if the movie has been out and people were fans of it. Like, you know, if Anchorman, if he came out as Ron Burgundy, but that's a bold move coming out as a character nobody knows yet. So,
yeah. So, yeah, they're just, I mean, everything Netflix does, if it's in the sports world, like it always has some sort of programming promotion. Like they're trying to promote their programming, but like during their actual programming, there's not a lot of promotion for the sports, even though they're trying to dip into that all the time. And the All-Star game, I mean, American League 4-0, Parker Messick, Kate Smith do what they do, 1, 2, 3 innings. Yeah, Bazzano went over 2, but like, you know, he earned his way there and all that type of stuff. So really the question becomes, what do you expect this second half of the season, Ryan?
Man, I don't know, man. The first thing that has to change is the offense. I think, you know, I don't care how good the rotation is. You know, it's been okay, pretty good for the whole year, I think. You know, but you know, you can't survive October, you know, with the worst OPS in baseball. The lineup has been, you know, running on fumes, you know, for, you know, since Jose Ramirez, Chase Lauder, and Angel Martinez went down, you know, and you know, that stretch exposed, you know, weakness in this team at the plate. And, you know, they weren't hitting for power. They weren't getting on base and they weren't threatening anybody. You know, I've been saying it for weeks, but they need to be buyers at this deadline. You know, I don't think they need to be soft buyers, you know, not the, you know, we'll see what the market gives us type of guys, but actual buyers this time. No, nothing should be off the table. They need a legitimate power bat. You know, someone who can change the game with one swing. They need another dependable starter because one injury, you know, to the rotation puts them in a dangerous spot, I think. You know, they need bullpen help because even though, you know, Kate Smith has turned into a monster, they can't keep leaning on the same arms every single night because eventually they're going to run out of gas. And on top of that, they need to get healthy as well. You know, that's the part that people forget, but this team hasn't been whole for over a month. Jose has to come back and look like the past Jose, not what we've seen in the first half. You know, Angel Martinez has to come back and pick up where he left off as well. Those two returning alone changes the entire shape of the lineup. But we have to be buyers. I would be so pissed if they say, oh, well, we added an all-star caliber player in Jose Ramirez. We added a up-and-coming, promising batter. That's not the additions I'm looking for. I'm looking for actual additions that were outside of this team before the season started to help us with a legitimate playoff run. So
I'm not going to disagree with what you just said or like try to debate it or anything like that. What I'm going to tell just everybody, this isn't just at you, Rye, or anything like that. No, that's fine.
Go ahead, dude.
When Jose and Angel come back, if they come back at a point, like Angel is still, he hasn't played and he's still tied for the team lead in home runs with Chase DeLauder. Now, you see what Chase DeLauder come back after he got through a little bit of that rust, being off for a few days. His energy and infusion in this lineup, whether he was hitting or not, or like going like 0 for 3 on a day, like you saw over that weekend, especially in Miami, a team that was very hot going into that series, by the way. Like, I know people think Miami Marlins, they're one of the worst teams. No, they had won like 9 in a row or something like that. They were like one of the absolute hottest teams going into the All-Star break. And you sweep them and you get like 5 or 6 runs in most of those games. And Chase DeLauder's presence helps with that. So the presence of getting Jose and Angel back, what I'm saying is like that. I understand you saying, like, I don't want to hear, like, that's what we did. Like, if that's all that they do, that is a problem. If that's how they pass off this trade deadline, like, these two came back, like, we brought these guys, like, those were our changes to this lineup, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
But it still matters that they're coming back.
Absolutely.
Add another piece in there. Add an arm to your bullpen. And, again, people will say, like, well, then – who are these right-handed sticks you think you're going to get? Or who's that power bat? That's not my job.
Yep.
Not my job to figure out who's available because there's probably some guys that have been talked about at the trade deadline that won't get traded. And there's guys that people don't realize are available without calling other teams. Like it's on Chris Antonetti and on Mike Chernoff to call these other teams and see what's available over the next couple weeks before this trade deadline. I know everybody wanted them to make a move already, but I'm sure they're on the phones. But again, it takes two to tango. Everybody forgets that. Like, oh well, Chris Anthony's doing a bad job. He hasn't made a trade yet. Like, who knows? Like, who knows what they've been on the phone trying to do, but other teams not willing, because I feel like there's, just like last year, there's teams that feel like they're in it. In reality, they're probably not, but they're like not willing to be the sellers that everybody expected them to be, like to have the record that would fully indicate to them, okay, we're in sell mode of this trade deadline. Like, so there's probably some teams overvaluing where they're at right now. Until you get to the nitty gritty and it comes down to a deadline, that's when things start to really move. It's hard to be a team that makes a big move several weeks in advance, because like people don't know, especially with the advanced analytics, right? Which I am so like analytics, I'm even starting to be sick of in the game of baseball. But with advanced analytics, some teams are going to overvalue where they think that they're at and what type of chance they have to contend this season. So I'm not upset that they haven't made a move, but they have to do something. Like, again, I separate what I do here versus what I do for my other job and all those types of things. But the one guy that's constant for everybody is Andre Knott. And like, I feel very fortunate. It's not gloating or anything like that. You know me, Rye. Like, I feel very fortunate to be able to like talk to him on a regular basis. A guy that's pretty close to the team. He even said, like, they need to get a bat. They need to get an arm in that bullpen. But he said, everybody wants a right-handed stick. Problem is, that's not as there's not as much quantity of that anymore, because there's a lot of left-handed sticks that people have gone to, and the switch hitting aspect of it.
Sure.
Like he says, like, whether you agree with it or not, like, it's just like this like whole, like, it's just this movement in the game of baseball. So like, you have to really, what he's saying is you have to really do your homework. If you want power and you want it from the right side, you're not getting it from Rhys Hoskins, Manzardo from the left side at first base. Like, whether it's an outfielder or a first baseman, if you can get a right-handed stick and you do your work to figure out who that guy is, you can bring one in. It's just, it's much harder. Makes the job harder. That's what they're paid to do.
Yeah, I don't care. We have the second strongest, farm system right now in the MLB in 2026. And I'm not saying you, but pretending that they're, that the return of Jose and Angel is enough alone and is going to solve anything is not reality. If they stay pat, it's a mistake, man. I think the offense stays inconsistent, even with Jose and Angel back. The lineup still lacks a true middle of the order power threat. They don't have that guy who scares opposing pitchers. They don't have the bat who flips the game with one swing. And if you don't add one, they're going to keep living in the world where they need 3 singles to score 1 run. And that doesn't work in October. That barely works in July. Secondly, the rotation becomes, like I said, one injury away from disaster, man. The starting rotation has been pretty good overall, I would say. Probably the best in the division, but they've done it with zero margin for error. They've used the same 5 starters all season, and I don't necessarily think that's really sustainable going months ahead into the future, trying to push into October. If they stand pat and one goes down, they're suddenly relying on depth, that isn't ready, and that's how a playoff push turns into a scramble, I think. Also, the bullpen is going to get overworked if they don't address it. Cade Smith has, turned into a monster, but the rest of the bullpen has been stretched pretty thin. If they don't add another reliable arm to help finish a game, they're going to, burn out guys that they trust, and that's not good for the team. I don't know. So the schedule too is going to be pretty easy as well. I'd say, they have one of the easiest remaining schedules in MLB. They're tied for first in the division that's already weak. It's very awful. The door is wide open. They cannot stand pat. If they do, they're basically saying that we're fine with being good enough, and good enough doesn't win jack squat. So,
right. They tell us, they tell us all the time, like everything that they do is to try to win a World Series.
Right.
They're not saying AL Central division title or getting in a wild card spot or just making the playoffs. They say everything that they do is to win a World Series. I hate to be so like if or that, just like one side or the other of the coin and like no in between. But there's like there's two situations that could happen in the second half. There could be a situation where at the trade deadline, you feel like this team did a lot because they made moves in the trade market and those two guys came back, plus Quan continues to hit well.
Right.
Like all these little things that can go a long way and make you a really good baseball team, not just a really good AL Central team. So that can happen. Or you don't do anything. Whether they're told they can or not, money-wise or whatever it is, they don't do anything. Only those two guys come back, and they hit the same way that they have all year long after knocking the rust off. Quan continues to be back and forth. You're going to be out in the first round again. And, like, you could win an AL Central that way. You could definitely win an AL Central. But to win the whole thing, I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series this year. But that's the ultimate goal. They're in a window right now. When you're in a window and you're a small market team, you have to do everything you can to capitalize on it. And there's times where we try to take a big step. It doesn't work out. We get afraid. And when that window is there, we don't capitalize on it. It is time to capitalize on a window of opportunity. So it could feel like we do a lot by the trade deadline, and all you can do as a front office is give your team the chance to have, to at least give an opportunity to win a championship. It's then on them to take it from there.
The White Sox are going to add somebody. The Rays, the Yankees, the Rangers, all teams are going to or probably are going to add somebody. If Cleveland doesn't, they're choosing to follow behind those teams. We cannot afford to do it right now. We can't.
Capitalize on the opportunity. Don't just think that what you've done in the past and what you already have and just only relying on this youth movement in this organization, don't just expect that is going to be enough.
Right.
I have probably more trust in Antonetti and Chernoff than maybe some other general fans.
I do too. I can't complain. They've had us in a great spot for feels like 20 years, but that great spot we're too comfortable there. We need to exceed it. We need to bust through that ceiling. So.
Yeah, it's big things happen if you're willing to be uncomfortable with to get comfortable. You got to go through uncomfortable times. One final break. World Cup. You think is there anything really with the Browns? No, I'm not forcing the conversation about. Follow all the lists that you want in the offseason. Make all the lists that you want in the offseason. No need to talk about it right now. Everybody's already done it. World Cup talk on the other side. This is the Voice of the Land on the Inside Edge Network.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Small business owners are superheroes, but nowadays running your business means doing so inside your shop and on social media. That's why you should make Omega Video Marketing your sidekick.
With a decade of content creation experience, I create dynamic, informative, and fun videos for your specific social needs that will increase brand awareness, get you more followers, and keep your social pages and websites current and fresh.
I offer flexible pricing and turn times and will work with you to understand your brand and your story. All of that comes from the heart. My award-winning expertise is just the cherry on top. So let's get connected. After all, your brand is the alpha and my expertise is the omega.
Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Just a few minutes left here on the Voice of Land, the Inside Edge Network. Welcome to TikTok, Rye.
Yeah, we're on TikTok now. What's up, TikTok?
We're live on TikTok right now for the Inside Edge Network. Oh, man. Should we start dancing or something?
No. You can do
that. I think TikTok stopped being like while people still dance on there, I think TikTok stopped being the dancing platform like a year ago, 2 years ago.
It's all conspiracy theories for me now, so I don't know.
All I get is Yellowstone videos.
There you go.
That's my algorithm on TikTok is just clips of Yellowstone.
Anti-flock videos. That's what I'm getting.
I guess that and well, we're about to talk about the World Cup. I have gotten a lot of. It's weird because TikTok sees me as a Yellowstone person, which I am, and Instagram is where I get all the soccer videos. They know me as a soccer person, so at least like the algorithm isn't complete on one platform, but at least it's there when you combine them all together. Who knows? But yes, World Cup coming down to the finish. We now have our final set. It will be Spain against Argentina Sunday, New Jersey Stadium. I'm gonna make sure I don't break any rules. According to FIFA, can't call it the actual stadium that it's called. Got it. You have it all taped over. Seattle, like I can call them Lumen Field again because they're done. Their time with FIFA's done. I think I can call Houston Stadium NRG Stadium again.
I mean, respectfully, you're not an employee. It doesn't matter, really, right?
I don't know. I've heard people on national radio saying, like, they've been. One host says the name of the stadium is like the sponsor of it. Then the other host gets on them for it, and they got it so I don't know what the rules are. I don't know what rules regulate me at all. Like,
I like breaking rules. I don't care.
Like, look, I mean, if I'm the NCAA, there are no rules. So
yeah, right.
We can just follow that format. But it will be in New York, New Jersey area this Sunday at 3, the third place game. Everybody's been complaining that there's a third place game. I understand it. People want to compare that to participation trophies and all these tournaments. It's not. There were like 48. Yeah, 42. 40. I don't remember how many teams there were. They expanded the tournament. No, I forgot the number. It was over 40 though. I know that. Is there 40 teams? I knew you're looking it up.
Yeah, 48. There you go, buddy.
48?
Yep.
All
First time in history expanded the size.
Yeah, so 48 teams. People already started talking about it becoming a 64-team tournament. Like, hey, like, if I'm France and England who are playing the third place game, yeah, like, I'm a country that expects to be in the final. So, like, sure, I'm sure we're going to see other guys that haven't played in the World Cup yet get a chance to play in their, playing for competitive pride to try to beat the other and, get better. Raise their FIFA ranking, if you will, if they can at all. But I don't even think it is. Like I think France is 3 and England's 4. So all we can do is flip flop those two in the FIFA rankings because the top 2 teams in FIFA are playing for the final. Messi just continues to do what he's done. Like he's getting he's getting better, almost like better with age, which is crazy to think about. Like he's been at this since a teenager, early teen years at FC Barcelona. Did you know there was actually a point where in Messi's ability to decide what national team, what country he was going to play for, there was a chance he could play for Spain.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I know that was the other thing that frustrated me during this tournament was people complaining about how like, Flo Balogun only is an American citizen because his mom wasn't allowed to, head back to home because, and she went into labor like while they were here in the States, and like that goes on in every country. Like there are so many guys that always like there's so many that have a choice what country they're going to represent. So like it's not new to the United States. People said it, politics all over the place suck. Like people are trying to make it all political and everything, and we're just trying to support our team and see if we can get them to go further. That didn't happen. And I will stand by, whether you like it or not, I'm going to stand on the fact that I see this World Cup as a failure.
For the United States team, you're saying?
Yes, for the United States team. Aaron Goldhammer, who works ESPN Radio, ESPN Cleveland, I think he said it best. Like soccer in America, success. Like the way that we have presented and fan bases have been welcomed in, and like all these people are taking videos, like learning what barbecue is and
biscuits and gravy,
all those types of things. Like soccer in America, I think there was more American eyes on more games than just the USA team than we've ever seen. And again, all these cities were so accommodating and welcoming and all those types of things. So soccer in America was a success. U.S. men's national team soccer experience in this World Cup was a failure. And everybody says, well, you can't say that. You can't say that. They were never going to win the World Cup. That doesn't matter. We lost in the same spot that we have lost other years. We were supposed to, we're supposed to be progressing on the men's side of things. And if you progress, you get to another level. Whatever would have happened against Spain would have happened. But if you move on to the quarterfinal against Spain, now, okay, now that's a success. Now, can we build on it? Can we build on the momentum? More and more people are, more Americans are going to fill up these stadiums and make it hard for opposing countries to get in. You were in one of the two, and I call it two best atmospheres. Cincinnati's kind of three, kind of in that top five. But Kansas City and Seattle are the two best cities to be in to experience soccer and to have a crowd and a fan base behind you. You were in that stadium in Seattle that is designed to make the noise really felt on the field of play. And everybody from anybody that could get a ticket that was a U.S. fan was in that stadium, and you fell flat on your face.
Yeah.
And no one can explain it. They're all I've heard guys come out and say, well, the feeling in the locker room after was more surprise. Whatever could, I think the guy that played defender, we call him center back in the middle of the field, but the captain, Tim Ream, said, whatever could go wrong went wrong. Okay, that's not what I want to hear. I got Christian Pulisic saying, well, yeah, I wanted it to go better, but now I get time to rest.
Yeah.
You don't say that after a game. I'm sorry. You don't.
Murphy's Law doesn't apply here. It was about effort. I don't watch soccer too much. I enjoyed watching a little bit here and there. I watched that game, and I know one thing, you are most susceptible to give up a goal right after you score. And what happened right after they tied it up a minute later? Our goalie was ineffective. Where the heck is Tim Howard out there scoring, saving 18 goals in the game? There's no heart. It's all about heart. And as soon as they gave up that goal after they scored and tied it up, I knew. It was going to be hard to overcome. So
yeah.
And I'm not a soccer fan. It's just it's common sense. It's really sad, honestly.
Yeah, and Belgium is not that much better than you. They're not. Right. They shouldn't be. I know they didn't start some of their top guys, but guess what? Those top guys you're talking about are old, and they really only should be coming on like Lukaku did and then scored the fourth goal late. he doesn't have the physical and mental capacity, like not the mental, but like the physical capacity to play 90 minutes anymore in his career. Like there's a reason why he was used as a substitute throughout this tournament and then was subbed out with like after playing maybe at most 60 minutes if he started a match for Belgium. You went out at the same level that everybody else has. Every other U.S. men's national team has, outside of two. That is 2002 when they made the quarterfinals and had a pretty good matchup against I think it was Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
And then 1930, I want to say. It was like one of the first ever World Cups. You only had 2 group games. And if you made it out of your group play and made it to the knockout stage, you know what the first level of knockout stage was, Rye, in 1930? Semifinals. You went right to the semifinals. That tells you how many countries were involved in the World Cup at that time.
Right.
So in this new and established setting for the World Cup, there's only one team that's gone past the round of 16. Not good enough for as many guys that play over in Europe, as many guys that star for or one of the stars for their teams. Just not good enough. Not good enough at all. But you know who's really good? Lionel Messi. You know who's really good? Spain as an entire group. They've given up a grand total of 1 goal.
Wow. This
entire tournament. One goal. And probably the best game that they have played was a 0-0 game, a 0-0 draw, if you will, against Cape Verde.
Interesting.
Like, who has a population as a country that I think is smaller than even like the Akron area here in Northeast Ohio.
That's awesome, honestly.
It's going to be a battle. Argentina just somehow finds a way. Messi shows that he's best of all time because he doesn't have to score to impact a game. He can pick out that cross to get the game winner was an absolute chef's kiss beauty. Over every foot, every head that was trying to deflect it away. That was just chef's kiss. England, you made a huge mistake. They call it parking the bus, right? As I keep trying to help teach people. You park the bus, you bring all of your field players behind the ball and you defend. You try to hold on to that lead. You try to cling to it. England is way too talented to stop playing after they scored the first goal. That was terrible. That was they're being criticized and ridiculed in England, rightfully so. They haven't won since 1966. They could have done something that New York Knicks did this year. Like that would have been kind of on that same storyline plane if England would have at least given themselves a chance in the final. But they don't.
Some of these countries' fans are crazy. Like, did you see when South Korea showed back up home? It was. I mean, they were getting yelled at, things thrown at them. It was crazy. I mean, whew.
But you look at Norway, who their expectations weren't anywhere near what they are for the U.S. They got out in the quarterfinals. They had a parade looking like 2016 NBA Finals back in Norway because the country was just so excited about the direction of their team. That's the type of passion, one end of the spectrum to the other, that you see in the sport, and that's why it is called a beautiful game with many flaws, just like a lot of other sports have. I will continue to try to campaign for it, try to help build it in this country. If I can, I can. If I can't, never gonna stop trying. And that's
you know who USA could have used? Admir Soljevic, man, I tell you.
Well, we knocked his country out. Actually, he is Bosnian Herzegovinian. But I mean, yes, because he's a citizen here, he would have had the choice if he was at that. If he was asked by either team, asked by both teams, he would have had a choice: Bosnia or U.S. Happens everywhere, people. Happens everywhere. Let it go. I mean, I'm excited to see what's going to happen on Sunday in the World Cup final, and then come Monday, I don't know. I'm going to do it myself, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll find out what LeBron decides too, if he decides anything by then. So
yeah. Who knows? Maybe we can replay half this show next week, and you and I only have to jump on live for 20 minutes. Maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
repeat a couple shows past couple weeks. So,
as LeBron said at Fanatics Fest today, we shall see.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for this edition of the Voice of the Land, the Inside Edge Network. I want to thank everybody at Inside Edge, Double A, Anthony Alfred, Eli Moon, the directors there, Peter Tullip also helping out with him. I want to thank you, Ryan Mosser, for all that you do. I want to thank everybody that tunes in each and every single week, whether live or on replay, where you can catch it. I think on some of the social media channels, and I think YouTube's have those still up as well. And thank you to Green Sports Cards, Keon Sports, as well as many of the great partners here at Inside Edge Network. For Ryan Mosser, I'm Kevin Arnold, reminding all of you sports fans, yes, I remembered this week. Don't let anyone ever tell you it's just a game. We love you all 3,000. Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Flock cameras are unconstitutional. Deflock America.
And LeBron, figure out what the hell you're doing. Live life, all gas, no brakes. We'll see you next time, right here on the Voice of the Land.